Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Medea and this is part of my free yacht stewardess course. When I started, I couldn't afford those expensive trainings, so I built this course myself and now I'm sharing it with you for free. If you want the notes and the printable checklist for today's lesson, join my Telegram channel. The link is in the description below. Today I'm going to show you exactly how I reset a guest bathroom so it looks spotless in about 6 minutes. Don't worry, I'll take you through the exact words and the exact moves. By the end of this video, you'll know the sequence, the products, the tiny tricks, and what perfect actually looks like on a yacht ensuite. Before we touch anything, here's what perfect means in a bathroom. Hygiene first, no traces, toilet sanitized, bins empty and relined, and towels fresh and dry. Finish second, mirrors and shower glass with 0 streaks, chrome shining like a mirror, and any stone dry with no water rings. Order third, every Amenity label faces forward, everything is aligned, toilet paper looks neat, bath mat is placed square, and the lid is closed. Scent is neutral unless the guest asks for something different. And finally, that consistency. The bathroom has to match the cabin photo and the preference notes exactly. Safety and setup in 20 seconds. I put on gloves and make sure I've got non-slip shoes. I keep my hair tied back. My caddy is color coded so I never mix clothes. Glass clothes are lint-free, a general microfiber for most things, a dedicated bathroom microfiber, and a toilet-only cloth in a totally different color so I cannot confuse it. My products are simple: a neutral pH cleaner that's safe for stone, an ammonia-free glass cleaner, a food-safe disinfectant for high-touch spots, and a lime scale remover that is safe for stone and very targeted for metal. My little tools are hand vacuum with a crevice and brush head, a small squeegee, a sport detailing brush or some cotton swabs, and a lint roller. If the floor is wet, I'll place a small wet floor sign for the crew. I put the fan or leave the door slightly open for ventilation, and I avoid spraying aerosols near guests. Finally, I scan for personal items and I take a mental photo of how everything is arranged so I can put it back exactly the same. Here is the golden sequence that makes you fast. Work from the top down, move from the cleanest area to dirtiest. Do all your dry tasks before the wet tasks. Go clockwise so you never miss a zone, and always finish at the door. And when it comes to the surfaces, the order is always the same. Glass first, then chrome, then basins and the counter, then the toilet, and finally the floor. If you remember just this sentence, glass, chrome, counter, WC, floor, you'll already be faster and you won't redo work. Let's do a 6-minute flow together. I call out the time so you can practice with me. First 40 seconds I knock and announce, then I enter. I stage my caddy just outside the splash zone. I open blinds to about a third so the light rakes across the glass. That light reveals smears so I can fix them once, not twice. I set the AC to the guest preference to avoid mirror fog. I collect used towels and bath mat straight into the laundry bag. I empty the bin and put in a fresh liner immediately so I don't forget later. Any guest toileters, I lift them onto a clean tray or a 40 towel in the same order I found them. I never touch toothbrush bristles. Next 50 seconds, glass and mirrors. I use 2 cloths. I lightly miss the first gloss, never the surface, and I wipe in a smooth S pattern all the way to the edges. Then I immediately dry buff with a second lint-free cloth so there are 0 halos. On shower glass, I squeegee from top down, then I buff the edges and around the hinges and handles. I always step on the side and check at a 45-degree angle and that raking light. If I see a streak, I fix it now. Now 40 seconds for chrome and metal. This as taps, spots, the flush button, the door handle and the shower fittings. So I wipe with a burly damp cloth following the grain and I immediately dry buff. The secret is to pay attention to the bases of the taps. Water rings like to leave there. If I see hard water dots, I touch the corner of my cloth with a stone-safe distiller, dab onto the spot, then I rinse the area of the cloth and rebuff. I never spray limescale remover over marble or the stone. Now 1 minute for basins, the counter and the stone. I start dry. I do a dry sweep so crumbs or makeup dust don't turn into paste. Then I put a neutral pH cleaner onto my cloth, not on the stone, and I wipe the counter and the basin. I never use acid or vinegar on marble or limestone because it can etch and leave permanent dull spots. I polish small counter items like the soap or tissue cover, and I return them exactly where they belong with labels facing forward. Before I move on, I dry the water edges around the basin so no rings appear while I'm busy elsewhere. Now 60 for the toilet. I switch my toilet only cloth and toilet brush. I dose the bowl, I brush under the rim and through the trap. And if the product needs dwell time, I close the lid while it works. I wipe the outside, hinges, the underside of the seat and down the base. I disinfect the flush button and the inside door handle because they are high touch. I finish with the seat down, the lid closed and the toilet paper with a clean, neat V-fold. 45 seconds for the shower or tub and the drains. I wipe wall and ammunitions from the top down. If I have stone, I stay with the neutral pH and I avoid strong chemicals. I use a soft detailing brush in the corners and a cotton swab along the silicone lines, and at the drain I pick up any hair with a tissue. I sanitize the grate and I rinse and dry so there are 0 water spots. I think the guests will shower soon, like at Turndown. I'll place a fresh bath mat. 25 seconds for the floor and the final bits. I quickly vacuum the edges with a crevice tool and then I damp mop any small splashes, keeping the grout as dry as possible. I replace the mats with the logo aligned and the edges square. I give the tissue cover, the waste bin lid and any chrome rails a quick polish so everything catches the light just right. The last 20 seconds are quality control and exit. I do 3-way check from the doorway. I look for symmetry. Towels line up, mat sits square, and the room feels balanced. At I check the mirrors at 45 degrees, the tap bases and the counter edges. For the low sweep, I glance along the skirting under the vanity and make sure no bin liner is picking out. I confirm the sand is neutral, I set the light to the guest preference, and I so close the door. Done! Let's talk towels and amenities so you know exactly how to place them. Towels must match your yacht's fold style. Bath sheets are tri-folded with any logos aligned and facing out, and they hang at the same height. Hand towels are folded identically with the seams hidden and monograms facing forward if you have them. Base clothes are either neatly rolled or square folded in the tray. And if one is makeup stained, I replace it instead of rehanging it. The bath mat sits square to the shower opening or tap, parallel to the tiles. Amenities depend on your boat, but the classic set is soap, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, lotion, a vanity kit, cotton pads and butts, a shower cap, tissues, and a toilet paper. One roll on the holder and one spare hidden but easy to reach. Everything sits with labels forward and with even spacing. Toilet paper goes over with a neat V-fold and the spare is hidden but accessible. A few warnings about material so you never cause damage. On marble, limestone or onyx, I only use neutral pH products and I dry immediately. I set coasters or use a tray under diffusers or bottles so they don't itch the stone. On lacquer wood or any piano finish, I never spray directly. I use a damp cloth and then a dry buff. With matte black or brush nickel tabs, I skip abrasives and just use mild soap on a cloth and then dry buff because fingerprints show quickly. On gold plate fittings, I usually stick to water and a soft cloth unless the yacht soap tells me otherwise. Then I pat dry. My glass cleaner is ammonia free to protect films and mirror backing. If silicone is stained or moldy, I don't keep bleaching it. I report for re-siliconing. Cross-contamination rules are strict. The toilet cloth never touches anything else. You can fold your microfiber into squares so you get 8 clean faces. You can change faces frequently, and when a cloth is done, it goes into the use side of the caddy. Every bottle is labeled and you never mix the chemicals. Bleach plus ammonia creates toxic gas that is hard. No, you need to disinfect high touch point last. If you're not moving from the bathroom back to pantry or service, you can change your clothes. For scent and air, I run the fan during cleaning and then set it off or low depending on the gas preference. If I need a neutralizer, I use a very spirally and away from stone or metal. If towels are damp, I swap them. I never hang a damp towel for a guest. Here's what I log for the team and for maintenance. I write down blocked or slow drains, any cracked or chipped stone, failing silicone, wobbly fittings, weak flush, extractor fan noises, or persistent hard water spotting that won't puff out. If a guest is using an Amenity with much faster than expected, like lots of cotton pads, I flag it to the chief for provisioning. Good notes make the next service easier. Rapid fire common mistakes and fixes: spraying mirrors or stone directly. That's how you get drips and etching. Spray the cloth instead. Water rings around tap bases, always dry off the bases after you wipe. Messy toilet paper tails, make the V neatly and align it. Forgetting to reline the bin, do it at the start and tag the edges. Missing the drain here, use a tissue, lift it out, sanitize the grate, rinse and dry. If it's turned down, here's the evening option. I set blackout according to the preference. I put the lights to warm and dim. I place a fresh hand towel at the vanity. I lay the bath mat. If I think the guest will shower, I make sure the lid is closed and I keep the scent neutral and place any Turndown Amenity like bath salts only if it's in the preference list. To practice, try these drills off charger. Do a mirror and glass print at your home. 2 paints to 0 streaks at a 45-degree check in under 90 seconds. Do a chrome base challenge. Time yourself removing water rings and getting a mirror finish on 3 fittings. Do an Amenity layout drill. Set a creative photo standard with label forward and even spacing. Then look away and look back to see if it still reads the perfect. And finally, run the full 6-minute bathroom reset with a timer. Note where you slow down and repeat until you shave off 15%. Now, quick quiz to lock it in. What surface odor prevents rework in bathroom? Why do we avoid acids or vinegar on marble? Which items are high touch and must be disinfected every reset? What orientation and finishing should toilet paper have? What must you always do after cleaning chrome tap bases? Speed comes from the sequence, shine comes from dry buffing, and Safety comes from neutral products and strict close separation. Follow the 6-minute flow and every ensuite will clean, calm and guest ready the moment someone opens the door. If this helped you, please like and subscribe, share it with someone who wants to work on yachts, and grab today's bathroom reset checklist in my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. I'm Medea and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye!